guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So this LR Trunks just got his EZA on Global Dokkan. Unfortunately, I would have to say that I think this Trunks definitely missed the mark, right? I feel like the way they designed this guy hurts him badly in difficult content. I feel like you potentially could see this guy as sort of like a showcase unit. Like, I think we could, you know, in the right situation, he can look good. But I think it's just sort of like generic ability is not really going to be that impressive, right? Many of the toughest battles in the game are against one enemy. And Trunks has this passive where he wants to fight multiple enemies. I don't know. It's like, he could be solid, I think, in some Super Battle Road situations. But even then, I don't, like, his stats just aren't good enough. Like, so, like, we're here at 213k defense. We're on a future team. And it's like, that might be good, you know, a year ago, a year and a half ago, but it's like, now it's not, because Trunks' 12-key super attack effect, he gets 30% defense. His 18-key super attack effect, all he does is massively raise attack for one turn. It is a huge attack buff, but it's not getting defense. That's one of the major issues with this guy. It's that he's only giving defense from his 12-key super. The other thing is that Trunks, you know, he gets additional buffs against multiple enemies, but he also does get this other buff, 3-key and 40% attack and defense for the rest of the battle after delivering a finishing blow. For a showcase, like right here, yeah, like we're probably going to easily hit this. Like, he's just going to finish off this Kale and Khalifa and boom, we're good. But it's like, if he doesn't finish them off, or, you know, if you go into a difficult content and he doesn't get an early finishing blow, he's really not going to look that impressive. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's 2.97, boy. Okay. I should have looked at his links. With Future Gohan, we have 2 of his links activated. I think it was Cold Judgment and Dismal Future. All right, we did not finish off Kale and Khalifa, which means it's going to be another turn until we can get his big... Actually, I don't even think we're going to be able to have his big buff in this run then. Damn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He did not finish Kale and Khalifa off right there. It's just, again, what I would say with this Trunks is his stats are just low. The damage he does is low. His defense is low. His link set can certainly work well with a lot of the characters we might be using here. But I am not really too impressed. All the units I want to rock with Trunks are on this other rotation, like always. Great. Alright, fantastic. I really want that STR Trunks. That's the one that makes, like, some of these Trunks units look ridiculous. Remember that STR Trunks, he does have a different name than this AGL Trunks. The AGL Trunks, he shares a name with, like, a lot of the Dragon Ball Super Trunkses and shit like that. Whereas that STR Hybrid Saiyan Trunks, Support Trunks, he shares a name with, like, the LR Physical EZA Trunks, right? Okay. So, and this, damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Well, whatever, we'll take it. Alright, so we have Future Gohan, we got Trunks, and then we have the Int Future Gohan here. So we'll have Super Saiyan, Cold Judgment, and Dismal Future. Damn, this is his defense with Cold Judgment? He sucks. This Trunks is ass, dude. Holy hell. Here, I didn't mean to, dude, I'm like clicking, I'm fumbling so hard. I mean, I got him for level 10 links. The boy is EZA'd. Damn, he's ass, man. Whoa! 150k? Again, he's getting no defense! Okay, he does get 40% attack and defense when he does a super, so what is that gonna put him up? Like around 200k? But it's like, we need more than that. Like, to be very comfortable with this Trunks, I don't know, because it's like, in Super Battle Road, you want his, like, stats to be, like, way higher than, like, 300k. Like, that's not even gonna cut it in a lot of those Super Battle Road stages. Let me see what attack stat he gets right here. So he's like, I think he's like around 200k defense right here with 3.6 million attack stat. 200k defense and a 3.6 million attack stat? It's not like we're running a terrible setup. Like, it's like, that's him with 2 different Future Gohans on the Future team, right? Like, remember that Physical Future Gohan's leader skill buff is full 170% across the board. If I'm running teams nowadays, I only want to run teams that have full 170% leader skills. The other thing, too, is with how difficult the red zone is, like, you look at this team, and we are still only at 533k HP. Dude, I keep, like, accidentally clicking. Wait, oh, because I clicked. Okay. But, like, LRs are important. What is his HP? 18,000, yeah. LRs typically can get much higher than that. But, like, HP stats are really, really important now, I think. Getting huge numbers so you can, break 600k, potentially 700k, even 800k with the right, LR Super Saiyan 4 team, can help out a lot in the red zone when, even with great defensive units are eating 400k damage in there, right? Like this Trunks, some of these units at the end of 2021, it's immediate power creep for some of them. Kale and Caulifla, this AGL EZA Trunks, a lot of these other Trunkses that came out, Kale and Caulifla are not bad. Like they have actually got some value, but power creep, yeah. Like Kale and Caulifla are so bad turn 1, right? Especially with the red zone existing. So we need to hop into an event. We got to get Trunks' finishing blow ability to activate, and we have to be going against multiple enemies, right? So that first turn, his defense must have been 250, 260k, and the second turn he was around 200k. That might seem solid, but it's not. I mean, with those numbers, this Trunks is going to be taking 200k damage per normal attack from Omega Shenron in the red zone, right? It's just not good enough. That was a fight against one enemy. Let's do a fight against multiple enemies, though. Alright, guys, so now we're over here on the Vegeta Family team, right? The Vegeta Family team, I think, is probably the access to the best overall leader skill that Trunks has access to, right? Because, if you look at Trunks' category teams here, he is on Hybrid Saiyans, of course, it's a fantastic team. He's on Future, he's on Time Travelers, he's on Vegeta Family, Super Saiyans, Android / Cell Saga, Bond of Master and Disciple, Revenge, Battle of Wits, and Trusted Will. Remember that post 7th anniversary, you want full 170% and above to these leader skills, right? So, EZA LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and his superior Vegeta Family leader skill of 180% is going to be pretty good for Trunks. Trunks is not really looking too impressive here. So Trunks is full passive, right? He's getting 40% attack and defense start a turn. He's getting another 40% on super attack, which definitely can be solid, right? He gets 3 ki against one enemy, but he gets 8 ki and 40% attack and defense against 2 enemies. And then an additional 3 ki and 40% attack and defense for the rest of the battle after he delivers a finishing blow. I think Trunks is fine, right? If his initial start of turn 40% was 120% instead or something like that. That's what Trunks is needed to be a lot better. To me, it just seems like he's very undertuned, and he doesn't really have tech that's going to help him out a lot in a lot of these more difficult fights. All right, let's try and finish off Raccoon right here. In terms of our links, we're not really looking too good. Just Super Saiyan and Legendary Power activated. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how much damage we could do. If we could finish off Goldo and Raccoon, again, this activates the 3 ki 40% attack and defensive buff. One of the main issues is getting this to activate in really difficult content like the red zone is not easy, right? Sure, many of those fights are multiple phases, but Trunks himself has to be the one to deal that blow. It's not something that could be guaranteed or you're going to always get, right? Which can be a bit of an issue here. Okay, so this is good. We are going to be able to... We got Trunks' passive activated. So we're going to have Trunks' full passive active for next turn with the STR Hybrid Saiyan support Trunks. We're going to have him right next to this Trunks as well. So we're going to have Trunks completely ready to go in a really ideal situation for him. And we can sort of see what his level of power is going to be. We might do one more run after this where we'll go to maybe the Hybrid Saiyan team or Super Saiyan or something like that. But you guys let me know what you think of this Trunks. I think he is, for the most part, really not too impressive. I just feel like a lot of those Trunkses, they were fringe, solid when they came out, but it's just power creep for Anniversary is just too big. And it's now I just feel like they're just very not crazy. So this is a very good turn for Trunks. We're going to have everything activated except... Actually, what is that last link? That's Shattering Limit. We have everything activated except for Shattering the Limits. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what damage Trunks will get. Starting out at 24 ki is obviously good. But this is where him getting that additional ki from delivering the final blow really helps. And the 8 ki fighting 2 or more enemies. Again, this is pretty much Trunks' ideal situation right here, right? So one other thing to keep in mind is... Let me see, 286k defense, he's getting 40% still. So, I mean, he's going to be over 400k defense on this turn, right? But that's, with the finishing blow. Like, because we dealt that finishing blow, that is allowing Trunks to look quite a bit better. Let's see what attacks that he gets right here, right? All right, so this Trunks, 2 million, nothing really too crazy there. He's more of a support. But that's a 8? Was that an 8 million attack set? It was very fast. All right, let me see this next turn as well. That's pretty good. I'll definitely hand it to him. That's a really good attack set for what is a free-to-play LR. I just feel like it's gated off too much. Like, despite the fact that did, again, look pretty good right there, it's not like that's something that's very easy to come across. And that Trunks, the STR support Trunks, the ability he gives other Trunkses is just so much, right? Because he gets, like, their full link set activated, basically, on top of also the Hybrid Saiyan support that STR Trunks gives. Remember, that STR Trunks is still a pretty solid unit. Alright, so let's see what we get right here. So, here, he's at 352k defense. That's pretty good. Because we have everything activated except for Legendary Power. Sheesh, okay. And again, he's going to jump up over 400k pretty easily here with the extra 40% defense he's going to get when he's super. So he's definitely, now at this point, he's looking pretty good. I mean, not a shock that once we got him next to this Trunks right here, who's sharing what? Messenger from the Future, Super Saiyan, Cold Judgment, Royal Lineage, and Dismal Future, sharing all of those with him. It just makes a huge difference, right? Starting out at 24 key is also really good, too. I will say that. All right, so let's go ahead and see what type of damage we'll get on this turn as well. Next turn will be good because we could see Trunks against a singular enemy, right? We've seen these major buffs against one enemy. We'll see what he does against, or we've seen these major buffs against two enemies. We'll see what he can do against one enemy on the following turn, right? So Trunks gives us 8.93. That is very good. That is, I mean, this is a free-to-play LR. That's very good. That's a strong number. He's got it in his back pocket, right? Where you jump up above 400k defense and he's dropping an 8 million attack stat. But you guys know what Trunks is. This is a showcase unit, baby. Optimal situations, he looks good. But guess what happens once you actually start really playing and you come out of a Dokkan event, you go into difficult content or something like that. It ain't that simple, right? You're not just, I'm running STR Trunks on rotation with AGL Trunks and I'm doing great. No, sir. No, no, no. I will say this, on that last rotation, Trunks, after supering, would have been able to take double-digit damage from Omega Shenron's normal attack, so that's impressive. I mean, that's not, even, units in showcase settings a lot of times are not hitting that level of defense, and Trunks is capable, right? Because, again, you need about 450k defense to take damage from, or to take double-digit damage from Omega Shenron's normal attacks. So I do like to see the ability that we have that we potentially could take double digits. You never know what new units might come out. Maybe this Trunks could have some strong viability in the future, depending upon what comes out, right? You never know what type of unit is going to come out, which might be a perfect linking partner. One good thing about this Trunks, he does have that beautiful Cold Judgment link, right? This is, by the way, this is pretty much, this is the ideal setup for Trunks. We don't have the extra 40% attack and defense from facing two other enemies, but, we have pretty much everything else we need. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what damage our boy Trunks will put up on this rotation. All 7 links activated. We're getting B-Pan's active skill buff. I don't think B-Pan's active skill buff will be the craziest for Trunks, though, because he's only, 40% start of turn attack. I don't know how it works with, because he does mastery raise attack for turns from his 18p super attack effect. I don't know what kind of impact that has on B-Pan's active skill. I just know that B-Pan, right, her active skill, so 9 million right there. Okay, not bad. But B-Pan, her buff works better when characters have bigger start of turn attack stats. So there we go. Definitely some very impressive damage from Trunks. Right there, a 9 million attack stat, that he does have this in him, but again, there's just, it's difficult to sort of, I think, get the situations to occur where this Trunks is going to consistently be doing these types of numbers. Let me do one more run, maybe on Super Saiyans, and then we'll finish up. Alright guys, here we are. We're on the Super Saiyan team, led by Namek Goku. We got some similar units here. We actually got a really good opening rotation for Trunks. So here he's at 177k defense. What you can tell right away is that Trunks, his buff for finishing an enemy is very substantial. But also, I think the difference in leader skill. So Namek Goku, right, is giving 170% HP and attack, and then 150% to defense. So, like, at a glance, I feel like I'm noticing Trunks' stats look quite a bit worse, right? Considering the amount of support and stuff like that we have. But I think that the buff he gets for killing an enemy is so big. Like, you have got to, like, if you're going to run this guy, you have got to prioritize him finishing an enemy off quickly, so you could take advantage of that extra buff, right? He definitely needs that. That's the thing that's going to be tricky about taking him into some of these, like, red zone fights or something like that, is I think it's going to be very easy for Trunks to not finish off a fight early on, and then he just doesn't get that buff, period. 5.41 right there. We should finish Goku off right here. This should be a one-shot. It is. Okay, so boom. Now Trunks is going to activate that extra little buff, so he should be looking quite a bit better on this next turn. Let's see. Let's go ahead and quickly get to this next turn and see how our boy Trunks is looking. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I would deem this guy a heavy showcase unit where, you know, this is like an LR Turles or something like that where, you know, you could just build the situation up for him perfectly and he's going to be phenomenal. But, like, when it comes to, like, really using him in a lot of content, I don't know. Super Battle Road is probably where he'll be at his best, but he's definitely not going to be like an anchor for the team in like slot 1 or slot 2 or something like that. I don't know. I potentially envision him more as like a floating character potentially, but it's hard to say. We'll see what's going to happen. The one thing that's like actually a bit of a bummer is like, dude, like we got like 80 million zillion trillion Trunkses in like 5 seconds of time last year. So it's like, what? Like, I feel like we're not going to get a billion Trunkses upcoming, so. Alright, so we're at 200k defense right here. Again, we're going to be getting 40% when he super attacks. This is everything activated except for Shattering the Limit. Let's see what he does right here. Let's see what attack set we'll go ahead and get. Keep in mind that Trunks is not linking very well with the LR Tech Gogeta at all. They only have legendary power together. That's a bad look for Trunks, considering I think that this is the best link set in the game, pretty much. The Tech Gogeta SCR Vegeta unit. So see what Trunks does right here. We'll probably finish up after this. So let me know what you guys think of Trunks. You know, in the right situation, he definitely looks very impressive. Up to 6.35 right there. After finishing an enemy and, you know, going up against one enemy and stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think, again, about this Trunks. I think he can have his niche sort of uses and situations and shit like that. But I just feel like he's not going to be overly impressive. Unless you're getting most of that link set activated, right? Especially Cold Judgment. Like, for a character like this, Trunks, you have got to have this activated right here. Cold Judgment. That 25% defense is so big for him. You know, you really have to make sure. Ki, I think, easily could be an issue for this guy. Because against one enemy, he's getting 3 Ki. And then if you're not able to deliver the final blow, you're just sitting there with that 3 Ki. He does have several Ki links, though. Royal Lineage, Dismal Future, and Shattering the Limit. It's just, I don't know, I feel like there's a bunch of stuff working against this Trunks. There's a couple of minor differences they could have made that would have made him a lot better. Even just if he massively raised attack and defense on his 18 key super attack effect, I feel like he would be much better. He would be crazy at that point. Like that, you know, in his best scenario, he would be looking really powerful. But I just feel like he needs more stats. I know he was able to, oh my god, he got up to a 9 million attack stat, but it's like, it's just there. It took a lot to get there, right? So let me know what you guys think of this Trunks. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.